What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on EI Entertainment Studios with another debate video. Today's video is going to be based on Shin Gamera versus Godzilla 2017, aka Godzilla Earth. So pretty much a quick disclaimer to people who have been following the debate series for a while. If you notice, this is not the first time that Shin Gamera is making an appearance. It will not be the same characteristics, not the same story, a backstory, not the same abilities. Because one, it's a different opponent than Shin Godzilla when the old video was, and two, it's kind of boring to reuse it, and I find it to be lazy. So I came up with new abilities, a brand new story, everything is new, so I think it's more interesting now too. Anyways, that being said, so what's gonna happen in this debate video, pretty much what to expect. We're gonna go over the backstory of Shin Gamera, the characteristics like the abilities, everything, height, aggression, territorial, blah 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 blah. We're gonna go over Godzilla 2017, same things, we'll skim over him, and then we'll get to the main fight. I'm gonna put scenarios of these two kaijus using their abilities. Who will be the better and stronger monster? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Without further ado, let's begin with the backstory of Shin Gamera. So, Shin Gamera came to be one day. Gamera and Shin Godzilla met and began to fight for dominance on who is the alpha predator, when suddenly, while Shin Godzilla distracted Gamera, one of the humanoids went inside of Gamera and released large amounts of DNA modifiers to mix Gamera's DNA with Shin's DNA. Now, that being that, when it got mixed, Shin Gamera is now, to this day, until this day, seeking vengeance on Shin Godzilla, because Shin Godzilla's DNA, as we know, it causes a lot of pain for Shin Godzilla himself. He is a suffering tragedy, and that has been brought upon on Gamera as well, and he is seeking for vengeance. Alright, now, height of Shin Gamera is this. I think this one is quite larger than the last one. I may be mistaken though. No, actually I might be mistaken. I don't know. Whatever. Height 319 meters tall. So it's a big fella. Actually 19 meters. I believe Godzilla Earth is 300 meters, so he is actually 19 meters taller than Godzilla Earth. Not too much of a difference, but they are pretty equal in size. So abilities, for the abilities, I'm just going to skim over them right now so we can go over everything else, and then we'll come back to the abilities and I'll go a deep analysis on everything. We'll one by one explain them. I think that's fair enough. Alright, so abilities range from atomic lasers, invisibility, one head tragedy, atomic shell laser, carbon dioxide power lift, power crunch head swap, pure titanium shell, opponent recreation ability 15 minutes, DNA mix ability. That's a lot. Aggression, yes, highly aggressive because he is mad at the moment. Funny enough, he's not fighting Shin Godzilla, but he needs to beat Godzilla Earth. What was that? Beat Godzilla Earth to get to Shin Godzilla, and he will take down anything, or at least try to take anything down that stands in its way. Territorial, no. Biome, Earth, and space. So I think that is a fair enough ability. Alright, so now what we can do is we can go over the abilities. Okay. Atomic lasers. That one is a self-explanatory one. You know, just like Shin Godzilla has the atomic lasers, Shin Gamera has it as well. One new thing that Shin Gamera has gotten, because we know that Shin Godzilla can evolve, it is in his DNA, and Shin Gamera has successfully gotten that attribute. And one evolution that Shin Gamera has went through is invisibility. So for a not a large amount of time, I want to say about 10 minutes every hour or so, he can go invisible on his opponent. But imagine this, when they're starting to fight, he's going to be fully recharged. So for 10 minutes, whoever he's fighting, he can go invisible mode, which is a crazy, crazy thing. One Head Tragedy. Now this is an interesting ability. I think this is a unique one. So what One Head Tragedy is, Shin Gamera can actually kind of hypnotize his opponents to think that he only has one head. So Shin Gamera has two heads. He is a mutated monster now. He has two heads, as you saw in the thumbnail. He can trick his opponents to seeing only one head. So when the other opponent aims at only one head, the other head will use another ability, whatever it may be. You can bite him, anything. So this one head is going to be floating free, which I think is a very, very powerful ability. Alright, with that being said though, so we went over One Head Tragedy, Atomic Shell Laser. So if you've watched Gamera before, if you notice, he has small dents on his shell, probably around a few thousand of them on the whole shell, maybe even millions. I mean, his shell is huge. Each one of those dents, a laser comes out, just like how Shin Godzilla has it in the between the spinal cords, between the dorsal plates. Same thing. So Shin Gamera could do that as well. I think it's a very, very unique ability. Carbon dioxide power lift. So this is kind of the concept from the original Gamera. So you know how he has those 4 lasers coming out of his leg sockets, whatever you want to call it, when he lifts and flies like a UFO. So this is a specific ability designed against Godzilla Earth. As I said, Shin Gamera evolves to what he needs to evolve to. And pretty much, so we all can agree, this is basic biology, that plants use carbon dioxide to recreate oxygen, right? Now, but there is a old saying that too much of a good thing is always a bad thing, because too much of carbon dioxide can pretty much stop plants from gathering nutrients for themselves, which is like destroying crops pretty much. Godzilla Earth being a plant descendant, too much carbon dioxide, which this is gonna give buttloads of carbon dioxide when Shin Gamera does this, can actually hurt Godzilla Earth's health a quite amount, which I think is a crazy, crazy ability. We're not even halfway there. We have so many abilities to go over. Oh, I'm liking this. This is being creative, and I love it. Carbon dioxide power. Okay, power crunch head swap. This is a scary ability. If you were to actually witness this, I think this is pretty creepy. So, power crunch head swap is pretty much both heads will combine into one for Shin Gamera, but keeping the size of 2. So a large head. So wow, it's gonna be opening up like 30 meters, 40 meters, like from head to toe. And he can give a strong crunch on his opponent. So if he gets a hold of Godzilla Earth's head with that crunch, that head is definitely bouncing off. All right. So we got Power Crunch Head Swap, Pure Titanium Shell. Pretty much, pure titanium is if not one of the strongest metals on the face of Earth. I may be mistaken, but I think so. And it's pretty much indestructible. So he has a very, very strong shell. Pretty much, you could say that is a kind of ability to keep him safe, right? Next, it's a type of shield, to be more exact with you. Alright. Opponent recreation ability. It takes, for Shin Godzilla, it takes a while. But I said this is a more improved version of the monster, so it only takes 15 minutes for Shin Gamera. And if you're paying attention on one thing, you'll see how these two meet. And if you weren't, we'll get back to that very quickly in the last part of the debate. Just stay tuned, people. This is a small Easter egg, you can say. Yeah, you can say an Easter egg, I guess. But anyways, with that being said, the opponent recreation ability can pretty much recreate Godzilla Earth, a second one, but this time, if he recreates it, it will be on Shin Gamera's side. So it'll be Shin Gamera and Godzilla Earth versus Godzilla Earth. And wow, you don't want to find out what abilities that Godzilla Earth would have, with being a Gamera Shin, Earth combined. Maybe I can make a video on that. Wow, okay. And last but not least, DNA mixability. So obviously Shin Gamera is trying to spread, so he will try. He does have that humanoid. He will try to get that human into Godzilla Earth to try and get him to be one of them. Okay, wow. Well, that pretty much sums up Shin Gamera. This is probably the longest amount I've spent on a kaiju to just explain them. This is a lot of abilities, a lot of explaining, but I like it. I like to be creative on those aspects. It's important. Now what we can do is we can go over Godzilla Earth's abilities overall and kind of get him to understand it. So Godzilla Earth to this day, at the moment, is the strongest and biggest Godzilla. Nonetheless, maybe if the new legendary Godzilla gets a larger height, but I highly doubt he's not going to get anything close to 300 meters tall. So we're going to stick with Godzilla Earth being the strongest Godzilla of all time at the moment. Maybe until the Toho Cinematic Universe, maybe a stronger Godzilla comes out, or maybe a weaker one, I don't know. But at the moment, we can put it at that Godzilla Earth is the strongest Godzilla. So let's go. Excuse me, guys. My apologies. That was a stronger ability. So let's go over the abilities of Godzilla Earth. Some basic abilities and some deeper abilities. So cell division is one of them that Godzilla Earth has, right? He has a charged particle breath, which is like pretty much an atomic breath, but a stronger version of an atomic breath. That's what Godzilla Earth has. He has a red spiral particle breath. It's like pretty much, here, let me demonstrate for you guys. Pretty much this. Boom! That what you just saw right there. He has an electromagnetic pulse. What that is, just to make it easier for people who don't know what electromagnetic pulse is, it's EMP. Pretty much EMP is like shutting down all electric stuff. Like, oh my, how did Godzilla miss that atomic breath? It's so hard to focus on the game and kind of focus. My apologies, guys. But anyways, electromagnetic pulse is a type of EMP that you use. Like, for example, if a plane is flying and another army uses EMP, that plane's gonna fall down. A good concept, if you guys, spoiler if you haven't seen Godzilla 2014, shame on you if you haven't, you should have. It's 2018, almost 2019 now. Just kidding though. Muto had that ability, and he shut down a lot of, or she, I don't know which one did it, the girl or the guy. It's been a while I've watched 2014. I'm gonna say it's the guy that shut all the planes down. That's pretty much EMP. Alright. He has an electromagnetic shield. Electromagnetic underwater booster. So yes, Godzilla Earth can fight in the water. He does have a lack of skeletal frame, so helping to maneuver in many other places, that is a great ability. Alright. Pretty much that would sum it up. I don't want to go too much into it. He has an oscillatory wave. He has a natural camouflage, but at the point of this debate, they're fighting, so he doesn't need that. He has a plasma cutter. His tail is very strong, and also I want to bring up that he has a sonic blast, which I think is a great ability, and I'll tell you why when we get to the battle. Okay, we went over Godzilla Earth. We went over Shin Gamera. Now is for what all of us have been waiting for, to figure out who is the strongest monster of all. So let's put them into scenarios. So in this debate video, we're gonna go for a best out of 2. A fight that is close range, a fight that is far range. A close range is a more realistic fight, so we're gonna keep best for last. So we're gonna start off with far range, so best out of 2. But in some scenarios, like I said, sometimes out of 3 scenarios, if these two kaijus get a tie, we will go to overtime. But we're gonna see if that happens. I think it happened last video, I'm not sure. But it happened quite a few times. But anyways, leg out! So far range. In terms of this video, these characters will be standing at approximate of 777 meters from each other. So it's quite the distance. First of all, what we can say here, the first thing we can definitely say is that from a far range distance, Gamera has the Shin Gamera has the upper hand because, well, Shin Gamera can fly. Not only Shin Gamera can fly, Shin Gamera has a pure titanium shell, right? Having a pure titanium shell, he also has where is that? The carbon dioxide power lift. So he's gonna be shooting out carbon dioxide with a pure titanium shell, just blasting it on of Godzilla Earth. So slowly Godzilla Earth is going to be losing power here, right? Now, what else can Shin Gamera use from a far range? So keep in mind, this is far range. They're not going to get close to each other at this specific debate portion. So, oh yes, what can he use besides, well, he's using his atomic shell. Well, no, I just gave it away, crap. But yeah, he's using his carbon dioxide power lift, pure titanium shell, he's flying. He can use the atomic shell laser, and yes, it is aimable. So let's say 4,000 or 5,000 lasers with the carbon dioxide pointing at Godzilla Earth, making this monster literally OP. Wow, I didn't think of it being this strong. So that's 3 abilities right there, just beating the crap out of Godzilla Earth. He can become invisible too. But the atomic lasers coming out of him, Godzilla's gonna see where he is. So the invisibility is kind of useless in this point. Yes. Oh, actually, I'll get to why it's not in about a minute after I'm done evaluating anything else he can use. One-hit tragedy, nope, that's close range. Atomic shell laser, I did that. Power crunch, that's close range. Head swap, yeah, pure component recreational ability. Okay, now, why is Godzilla Shin Gamera very, very indestructible in far ranges? Because he can definitely stop using his lasers, right? He can stop using his lasers and go in invisible mode and just give out carbon dioxide. That's literally the best thing. And then right when his invisibility comes out, get that pure titanium shell, get that shield on, boom, with the lasers on. And I think Godzilla Earth is just gonna be, I don't think he has a chance. I seriously do not think he has a chance with these abilities. These abilities are way, way OP. And I'm just guessing, you know, what else he can use is his, if he gets the oh, now 700 meters, that's, I don't think his tail is gonna make that far to get him. The best thing he can do is his oscillatory wave. That is the best thing he can do, is the oscillatory wave. To kind of knock Gamera or Shin Gamera out of the sky. But saying that, it is a rigged debate video, right? I mean, they are only 700 meters away from each other, so I guess it's gonna keep coming back to that old same point where their carbon dioxide is gonna be a huge factor. I think that at this point, for a far range perspective, we can rate it at 1-0 in favor of Shin Gamera. Alright, so we are at 1-0 in favor of Shin Gamera, but let's get to something more interesting now. Face to face, these two characters are standing at each other. Shin Gamera, Shin Godzilla, literally 100 meters away from each other. Maybe not 100 meters, 50 meters. They are in each other's faces. Yeah, they're in each other's faces. So, what can Shin Gamera use? He can use a few, and he can't use a few. So let's go over those right now. And I think I just hit my mic with my finger, and if that made an annoying sound, I apologize deeply. Atomic laser, yes, he can use it. Invisibility, yes, he can use it. One-head tragedy, yes, he can use it. Atomic shell laser, No, it's gonna be facing him. He can't use that. Carbon dioxide power lift? No! Power crunch head swap? Yes. Pure titanium shell? Yes, it's gonna protect them. Opponent recreation ability? Yes. DNA mix ability? Yes! Okay, now let's go over Godzilla Earth. We gotta keep this a fair fight. I'm focusing a lot on Shin Gamera. I think I like him a lot. I think the main abilities that Godzilla Earth is going to use, but I think I'm pretty rational here. I think I'm giving it a fair fight. These abilities that Shin Gamera has is just OP. It's just GOAT, greatest of all time. But charged particle breath, he can use it. This is for Godzilla Earth, by the way. Charged particle breath. Red spiral particle breath. Electromagnetic pulse. Electromagnetic pulse is not going to do anything to Shin Gamera. He doesn't have a specific shield that he can shut down. So, nope. Electromagnetic shield, yes. I think I hit my mic again. I'm so sorry. Electromagnetic underwater booster. Nope. We're not going to be fighting underwater. We don't need that. Instant tissue regeneration. And that's where crap's about to go down. And I'm going to tell you why. Lack of skeletal frame, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So you can make an argument, right? You can make an argument here. Whatever Shin Gamera uses, Godzilla Earth will have a regeneration ability. But I am here to deny that. Why? You may ask. Well, remember when I said Shin Gamera has the ability for giving excessive amounts of carbon dioxide. As we have seen him in the original movies that he can stand there and still use his flames but not fly. He can do that. That is not destroying the laws of this debate video. So if he does that, what does that do? It does not let Godzilla Earth take in the proper nutrients for him to work properly. If he doesn't get the proper nutrients because he is plant-based, how can he regenerate? He can't! He can't! There is no way he can regenerate with the carbon dioxide, the excessive carbon dioxide ability. So yes, Godzilla Earth will be left vulnerable. And then when he is left vulnerable, Shin Gamera will go invisible. It's a very quick ending. We don't have to go over all these abilities. Just it's really quick, guys. It's a really quick ending. He can go invisible. That he'll send a little humanoid, right? A little humanoid, and they will go inside of Godzilla Earth and mutate him to Shin Godzilla Earth. Now, most probably, that monster will try to take vengeance on Godzilla Earth, as we saw what happened to Shin Godzilla, because that's one way to end the fight, because he's going to be like lying down for a few hours. So if Shin Gamera wants to get through him, that's a good way to do it. Another one, another great one actually, is, let's see, another great one. What can Shin Gamera do? He can go in invisible mode, right? Okay, so invisible mode, he can do it for 10 minutes, right? And I said recreation abilities are 5 minutes. So if he can manage to drop Godzilla Earth on his feet, or not even drop, beginning of the fight he goes invisible for 10 minutes. So 10 minutes he's already recreating, he's regenerating another Godzilla Earth with a Shin ability. 5 more minutes just to stall him, he's not gonna die in 5 minutes, boom! He created Godzilla Earth again. But this time, if it's a recreation, he will be allies. So 2 monsters with 3 abilities just fighting Godzilla Earth. I think there is no way that Godzilla Earth can counter anything that Shin Gamera does. So at the end of the day, I will end this debate video. I don't want to hurt your heads too much, so I don't make this video too long. I'm sure it's probably quite a long video already. I think that it's going to be 2-0 in favor of Shin Gamera. But wait, there's more. If you disagree in any way, please, in the comment section, comment your idea of how this fight would happen. In any way, guys, I like opinions and I like to hear from you guys. Also, leave requests. Thank yous for future debate videos. thank you so much for watching the video. I know Merry Christmas. I know Christmas has passed. For anyone who hasn't seen my community post where I wished you guys a Merry Christmas to you and your families. And I'm probably not going to make a video on New Year's Eve. Probably there's not going to be a video on New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year's, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the video. Be safe. Have a good year. Let's make sure 2019 is better than this year. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.